Hello. What's up today, everybody? I am super words. I am super excited today to share some of this newfound information and shed some light on the people who have been needing it lately. In my previous video blog, I kind of did like a review / giving some personal experience that ties into Naazir Ra, his book, The Fourth Density, How to Ascend Through Thought. And today I've got some notes handy dandy with me, and I'm going to be sharing kind of like a summary review and of course more personal experience of his book, The Access Codes to Zion, How to Live on the Frequency. And I'm only on like chapter 5 so far, but I've got like 20 pages of notes so far because the book is like an ebook, but I like to have it right in front of me, so if like I want to go through it and highlight and do my thing, I can totally do it. So a lot of people are probably asking, like, what is Zion and why do I need these access codes to Zion? And one of the first bullet points that I wrote when I was taking notes is, he kind of explained it in short. Zion is the spiritual point from which true reality meets on the physical earth. Let me repeat that. Zion is the spiritual point from which true reality meets on the physical earth. And if some of you think similar to me, immediately when I read that, I kind of thought of like, okay, so heaven on earth. You know, most people, religious people mainly, believe that, you know, heaven is somewhere up in the sky, that after, you know, you die and you follow the 10 Commandments, you know, that you're going to go to heaven and you're going to enter in your white robe and it's going to be great and heaven. Well, this is the access codes on, you know, Zion, which is bringing that concept here on earth. And how exactly do we do that? Well, this is what this book is about. So one of the main and first ways you can do that is being aware and shifting your reality if you have this negative perspective on life and just everything around you in general. The first thing that's good to realize is that every person perceives life differently, you know, and in short, everyone has a different reality. I'm not living the same reality as someone else, so to speak. And to kind of back that up, I'm going to give another example of at work. I'm not going to say her name, but I have this coworker that I'm going to call Rebecca. And Rebecca has a lot of like of these down, like bad days where she's just, you know, all day throughout the day, she's just like, you know what, I hate my life. I'm so done with this day. Like, I'm over it. Like, I just can't stand it. And she speaks a lot of pessimism. And, you know, I love the girl because we've grown close sometimes, but it's like she has those moments where it's just like she has this total negative perspective on reality. But that's only her reality, you know. So, you know, I'm in the same environment as her, which is Starbucks, because that's where I work, by the way. I have this same reality as her. I don't want to say reality, but we're in the same environment, you know, when it comes to the physical. But mentally, she's in a different state where she's not living in Zion. She has this very, you know, just negative outlook. And what this book is going to do is to help you to, you know, get rid of that and realizing that there's another bullet point that I wrote. External events have no power to move you in any way. They only move us if we allow it to. We have total power and authority. So the first thing is, you know, knowing that, speaking it, being aware of it and following it. If you know that, you know, anything that happens to you on the outside in this physical world has no kind of effect on you unless you allow it to, it makes you feel more, you know, empowered and in control. And, you know, you can use your powers to shift your reality to the way that you need it to be and the way that's going to be best for your ascension, your growth, your type of thing. And, going back to my previous video as well, I kind of share with you guys, you know, the accident that happened with my dad. And disclaimer before I get really deep into this, I have nothing against religious people, or I don't look down upon them if you're Christian or anything like that, because, you know, I was at a point where I was deep into it. I was at church every Wednesday and Sunday. I was singing at church on Wednesdays and Sundays. That was what pulled me. And the main thing that pulled me into church was the spiritual aspect of it. I've always wanted to feel like I was closer to the Creator and to, the entity that did all this intelligently designed thing that's all around me, that's also, within me as well. But I always wanted to feel closer to that. And every time I went to church, I felt closer to that at first. But, the thing that kind of started making me sway is because, like, a part of me going there was because at the same time I wanted to find myself. I felt like through finding the Creator, I would find myself. But in that environment, it was like I was like losing myself, because I know who I am. But then it's like going there, it kind of made me think like some of the ways that I think was like, what's the word that I'm looking for? It starts with a D. I don't know, I'm just going to say devalued for now until it popped up, but it made it seem like, those things were less of value if it wasn't directly correlating with the things that were inside of the Bible. And, some of the things like the Ten Commandments I would understand, but it's like, so I felt like I wasn't living my truth, I was living the truth that whatever this Bible is, that's, like, I was chained, and I didn't like it, but I didn't feel like I had the total power and control over my life, over my frequency. I wasn't living in, this Zion. And I, eventually swayed away from that. But that's not the point of this video. But I kind of wanted to share that. And so moving forward, Naazir talks about the law of infection, which is being mindful of the energies in our environment. This is going to make us a step closer to living on the frequency, but being mindful of the energies that are around us. Example, like Rebecca at work, I need to be mindful not to let those energies consume me, because I can't just like walk off the floor whenever I feel like it, or whenever I feel like, so I just have to take control of it and not let that affect me. And it comes in the form of people, but it also comes in the form of, what you're feeding your brain through your music. Music nowadays, that's energy too, because everything is energy, the things that you can see and the things that you can't see. But, being mindful of the music, because, nowadays it seems like everything that's on the radio is working against you. They're glorifying calling women hoes and bitches, and they're glorifying the money, and it's like everything is repetitive. It's like a new artist with the same concept, the same outfit, the same perspective on life. It's like they're trying to convert you to, to vibrate on this lower frequency, which you have to be mindful not to let those kind of things get to you, because they will super fast, especially if you're not surrounded with people who are gonna, help elevate you. And there's another point that I put here. Zion is like a constant state of orgasm, or like bliss, absolute bliss, where you're able to be here, and even though negative things are happening around you, maybe in your family, maybe in your workplace, you're not letting that get to you, because you know that truth, and you have that truth inside of you, where you're always in a state of bliss. You're always in a state in this this orgasm, so to speak, which is a really good analogy, because most people love those. So I wrote down a lot of super great points here, and I wish I could go through all 20 of these pages with you guys, but I'm already at like 9 minutes. But I just kind of want to help people to understand that your power is already within. A lot of people try to find that power in other places, example like church, when I was talking about earlier. But the reality of that is, you're not going to find yourself. You already know the person that you're going to become if you follow these rules, everything that's in here, even though they contradict each other at times. But if this is where you look for your truth at, you're only going to get so far. I kind of think of it kind of like a pyramid. Being there is you're only halfway there. There's another step afterwards, and it's realizing your true power and always going back within. Because this is a little bit off topic, but I remember one day I was sitting in church, and I don't know if it was like a youth the youth pastor or the actual pastor, but he was like, I don't even trust my own decisions and my own instincts if it's not through Jesus. I give Jesus the full power of me and of everything. And when I heard him say that, I was kind of like, that kind of, it swayed me away, because it's like, I came here to find truth in myself, through the Creator. Hopefully, he would give me these answers that I need and guide me. And here this person is saying that you don't even trust your own intuition. I was like, I believe that my intuition is my superpower. It's like that gut feeling that the universe gives you to let you know that you're in alignment. It's like, you don't even trust that. And it kind of took me back to like psychology and cognitive dissonance. People have this idea or thought planted in their brain, and they believe it so much to the point where no matter if I present the facts to you or not, you're always going to have this, you're already going to have that thought embedded in that nothing can sway you. And I don't really understand that concept, but I'm still learning every day. And when I finish this book, I will give you guys like a full review. But I'm still in the process, and I'm just so excited. And if you guys are interested in knowing how to live on the frequency of absolute bliss and righteousness and purity, I recommend that first you start watching some of these YouTube videos of Naazir Ra, because he's going to lay it down for you. He's going to give you the tools, and let you know how to do what you need to do. And then, of course, pick up the book. It's an ebook, so you might have to write a lot of notes like I have here, but I'm a writer. I love to write anyways. It doesn't bother me. But yes, so pick up the book, The Access Codes to Zion, How to Live on the Frequency, and also The Fourth Density, How to Ascend Through Thought. And I'm so excited for just everyone to be in this, this progression, this ascension, because, as every one of us each do this individually, that's not the word I was looking for. As each one of us do this individually, we're all collectively raising the frequency of the whole universe. And it's just a great shift that's been happening. More and more people are waking up and stepping up, and it's just beautiful. And I love it. But yeah, I'm already at 12 minutes. I don't want this video to be super long, but I hope this helped someone, and it'll lead someone towards the right path that they're supposed to be at. But all in all, have a great day, guys, and I'll see you next time.